Y'all get your box of tissues ready for this one, because I know it's going to be a lot of crying in the comments. Hey, I'm just the messenger. We're going to talk about two things in this video. One, we're going to talk about Devin Haney clapping back at Oscar De La Hoya saying, pay me my money. You still ain't paid me my bread you owe me. We also going to talk about Devin and Ryan Garcia claiming that they sold more than Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin. Yeah, they saying that they sold more pay-per-views than the face of boxing. Well, let's talk about it in this video. Before we do, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's cook. Smash the like button. We gonna start this one off like this. Listen to Oscar.
Bro. In other news, Devin Haney had his comeback fight last week at the Orange County State Fair. I don't know if you've seen the full video, but Devin throws a punch at a civilian all while standing in front of the Ferris wheel. And he missed! Bro, your dream has officially turned into a fucking nightmare. And as always...
Hey, so, you know, everybody been talking about that fair incident that went down with Devin Haney, you know, with him throwing that weak punch and missing. And I ain't really cooked on it because, man, everybody else on the BS, you know. I'm not really on the BS. I've been more so on just getting these facts out there. Speaking about, you know, things that matter in boxing. So I ain't worried about Devin Haney throwing a punch at the fair and missing. It is what it is. Enough people talked about that to where, you know, I don't got to say nothing about it. But anyway, you know, for the longest time, ever since what, like May, Devin, he been coming out. Even Ryan Garcia came out and they was getting at Oscar for not getting all of their bread that they owed, or they say that they owed, you know, from when they fought each other back in April. Now, Devin has been vocal about this situation on several occasions, right? Hey, pay me my money. You still owe me my bread. Oscar, what's up? Ryan spoke on it on, you know, a few occasions, but now Ryan, he went silent on this. You know, I don't know if Ryan got his bread and Devin still didn't get his bread because Ryan is a Golden Boy fighter. Devin, he went over there and just signed a one-fight deal with Golden Boy. So what's really going on? Because Devin, he's steady saying he ain't got paid, right? And the thing is, man, is Oscar, when he addressed it once, he says everybody knows that pay-per-view back-end money, it doesn't come back that fast, right? If you ever sold any pay-per-views, you would know that. So Oscar has responded to this in the past. But now it's been, let's see, May, June, July, August. It's been over 4 months. Or like 4 months. It's been 4 months. And he's saying he still ain't got his bread, right? Now, we know when he fought Regis Prograis, the reason he didn't get no back-end money, because there wasn't no back-end money for him to get. They only did 55,000 pay-per-view buys according to the official reports, right? So it ain't no back-end money when you only do 55,000. But the numbers for this fight, yeah, you should be getting paid back-end money. For sure. And brings me into, right, the claims that Devin and Ryan Garcia have been making that they sold more than Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin. Because that was the talks leading up to both of these fights. All the Tankamaniacs, their thing was Tank is the face of boxing. Nobody outsells Tank. Tank is going to do way more pay-per-view buys than Ryan and Devin. Right? Because Ryan was coming out saying, nah, Tank ain't the face of boxing. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the reason that we did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. It ain't because of Tank. Go back and look at Tank's older numbers that he did. He never sold nowhere near that. But when he fought me, you see what the numbers did. And then the Tankamaniacs, they came out and they were saying BS. It was all because of Tank. Tank is the one that did the 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. And during that whole argument, right, My whole thing was, well, we'll see. When Ryan has his next fight and when Tank has his next fight, we'll compare the pay-per-view numbers, and that'll tell us who's the real face of boxing between those two. Because if you want to keep it a buck, as much as I hate to say it, Canelo Alvarez is still the face of boxing because he still does the highest numbers out of all of these fighters, right? If that's what you are, basing the face of boxing off of, numbers. But you got to give it to Canelo. But after Canelo, who is the face of boxing? Well, like I said, Ryan and Devin, they claim that they did way bigger numbers than Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis. Well, that's easy to find out. You know why? Because the official numbers, they've been out. And we can look it up. And we can see. Yeah, we're going to find out right here today in this video. Make sure y'all hit my like button. And like I said before, for the ones that do all the crying in the comments, drop your addy in the comments and I will send you a box of tissues, right? I'll send you a box of tissues. That's from me to you. Now, let's check out these numbers and see what we come up with. Oh, look what we found here. Let's check them out, y'all. June the 15th, 2024, Frank Martin versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta, the face of boxing, Tank Davis. They did 350,000. Yeah, they did 350,000 pay-per-views. Now, I know y'all gonna say I'm capping, right? These are the official numbers. So if I'm capping about that, these were, you get the numbers for all of Gervonta Davis's pay-per-views. Because if I'm capping about that, well, we got to be capping about the 1.2 million. And then the 220,000 that he did before. And the 275,000. So if we're going off of any numbers, these are the numbers. That's where y'all getting all your other numbers from, right? So it said he did 350,000. That's solid. Solid numbers. But the thing is, I remember when Errol Spence was doing 350,000 pay-per-view buys, he was doing it consistently. And wasn't nobody calling him the face of boxing. That's weird, ain't it? Well, let's check and see what Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia did. Right? Let's see what they did. Well, it says that Haney and Regis Progress did 55,000 pay-per-view buys. That's a flop, like I told y'all. And there's no back-end money for that, right? But right here, it says that Haney and Ryan Garcia did 500,000 pay-per-view buys, right? And these are coming from the same source, all of the fights where you look up the pay-per-views from, right? So they actually did much bigger numbers than Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis. So where the back-end money? So he is owed back-end money. Both of them get back-end money from that. Now, with all that being said, and I'm just talking about because y'all always want to talk about numbers, right? The end of the day, the fact still remains is that Gervonta Davis is winning all of his fights in impressive fashion, right? So that's the bottom line for me. He going in there doing what he has to do in the ring. I don't really care about the numbers, but y'all want to focus so much on the numbers until it doesn't fit the narrative that you're running with. Because when we talk about what Ryan Garcia was saying, that it's not Gervonta Davis that's the face of boxing, either those two. He is. Well, numbers don't lie. Numbers, as much as I hate to say it, because I don't rock with Ryan Garcia, but numbers don't lie. Look at how much Gervonta Davis's numbers boosted up when he fought Ryan Garcia, and look at how much Devin Haney's numbers boosted up when he fought Ryan Garcia. Tank Davis's numbers went from his highest pay-per-view being 275,000 to 1.2 million. Devin Haney's numbers went from being 55,000, right? The last pay-per-view he had done, to 500,000. Come on. I mean, hey, like I said, make sure you got your box of tissues right next to you. Make sure you got a wet rag to wipe all the blood out your shirt from biting blood out your bottom lip, because I'm just the messenger. Tanker maniacs. Hey, man, I love messing with y'all because y'all the most emotional fan base in the history of boxing. I've never seen nothing like it. But yeah, I mean, numbers don't lie. Anyway, y'all make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know how I do. Diego talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.
Choking on that lead,
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
got the top let down, leaning to the right.